So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm only going to be live streaming for a little bit. So, last time I was live streaming on T-Mobile. First off, welcome everybody. Before I get a little bit crazy about stuff. This is my water anyway, so no one's going to tell me, oh yeah, you're drinking out of the bottle. Who cares? This is my water. I get to do whatever I want with my water. I get to do whatever I want with my water. If you guys got to see, I was drinking this water just because I haven't been drinking water in a little bit. I've been having Gatorade because supposedly people say, oh, Gatorade is good for you or something. So I've been having Gatorade here and there so I could try to make myself feel refreshed and at the same time like strong. So I've been doing exercise here and there because I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get back to my weight. I'm trying to lose all the weight so I could get back to being the weight I was before. I wasn't. This is crazy. I am like not tall. I'm not tall like, oh, I'm not 5'9" or 5'8". So if you guys see me, I am not tall. So don't think oh, I'm like white boys or like some basketball players 6 feet tall and 7 feet and I don't know what else like the presidents are like 7 feet and 6'10" and whatever. I'm not. I'm not in that range. I'm not in that range. I'm still considered the short guy. I'm not. Wow, I'm 5'10" or 5'11". So, um, that's me. That's me. So I'm gonna tell you right now. That's me. I'm not 5'11" or 5'10" or whatever the people want to be. I mean, I'm in the shorter range, in the normal range of height. I guess. I guess that's what you say. So I'm drinking water, and the reason this thing is called T-Mobile is trash is because T-Mobile is trash. And let me explain to you why T-Mobile is trash for me. I'm not. I would never switch from AT&T, which is my wireless carrier, which is that's what I have um, when I'm on the go because you've seen that when I'm out there in the street and I'm live streaming, AT&T is okay. I'm not going to say, oh wow, it's the best. No, but it is okay. So I've been testing uh, T-Mobile, and don't get me wrong, there are definitely some locations that have been okay. They've been okay. There've been some locations that have been okay, and there's been some locations that are wow, wowzers, super fast. But the majority of the locations I am in, uh, I would say they're not incredible. It's just they're okay. I'll repeat it again. T-Mobile in my area. I'm not talking about all of the areas. I'm just talking about in my city in particular. There are spots that are horrendous, horrible. I'm not going to say, oh, T-Mobile's T-Mobile's the best. And yes, if you guys can see my hair, it's growing again. And I'm gonna go maybe on Monday or some other time to get it shortened out again because now it's going back to where it was like when I first moved here. That it was like down here and it was all long. But let's go back to it. So in my area, in the areas I've been at, T-Mobile hasn't wowed me. Like I cannot say, oh wow, it's wowed me a lot more than AT&T. Like when I live stream in one particular spot a couple of days ago, um, yeah, when I live stream a little bit a couple of days ago on T-Mobile, it was trash. It was trash. The live stream was in and out. And then it was staggering. And then you got like supposedly, oh, even though you have like supposedly 5 megabits per second, it was staggering. It looked like it was choppy. I don't understand. All you people that are on T-Mobile that are saying, oh, you know, T-Mobile's great. T-Mobile's amazing. T-Mobile's the best. Uh, Let me tell you, I've had T-Mobile, and I have live streamed multiple times on T-Mobile. And yes, uh, I have to say, there are spots, like if you're live streaming only in a spot, like you're not moving around, yeah, T-Mobile's great. T-Mobile's great, but if you're going to be live streaming on T-Mobile, when you're saying, oh, I'm going to live stream uh, let's say I'm driving for 5 miles, 5 miles east or west or south or north or wherever. Um, just say we're driving for 5 miles and I'm gonna live stream for 5 miles. Um, you know T-Mobile's trash for that. Look, last time I went like 30 miles. To be honest, 30 miles from Rancho Cucamonga. I'm gonna say I got the freeway at Rancho Cucamonga on the 15, and I went down all the way to Corona, but like all the way to Corona, like the end of Corona on the 15, towards this location called Dos Lagos, which is like considered two lakes because there's a bridge and there's a lake on the right side and then there's a lake on the left side. And I do have to agree. Uh, T-Mobile. Oh no, 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 no. Sorry, I haven't tried T-Mobile there. I do have to agree. AT&T did an amazing job from here to there and from there to here, which is 30 miles. Just like the time I went from um from Chino. I went from Chino, or I think it was Chino, or I went from like Riverside. I took a trip from Riverside all the way to to Montebello. So that's like I would say about 30, 30 to 4 I mean like 36 to 40 miles. And guess what? AT&T did great. I don't have an issue with AT&T on the freeway. But the same way I have to say when I was on the 10 freeway, which was in I think Upland. I think it was from Upland or from yeah, from Upland all the way to all the way to LA on the 10 freeway. I have to say it was I have to say it was working. I don't have to disagree. Like I cannot disagree and say, "Oh, AT&T is trash." Um um there are definitely spots where AT&T just doesn't work. Don't get me wrong, but comparing to what T-Mobile does, uh, no. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the majority of people say. Oh, T-Mobile's the best. Uh, let me say something. Let me say something to be clear. To be clear. Let me say something to be clear. My hands are moving like I'm Mr. Scotty Kilmer. No, I'm kidding. Let me be honest. Let me tell you the truth. Uh, people that claim that T-Mobile is up to par with AT&T, um, the answer is definitely no. It's definitely you're lying or something. Maybe you could say, "Oh, it's streamed like it's streamed very good. It's streamed. I was able to live stream. I was able to watch YouTube from here to here, from point A to point B." Um, it may be true, but you're not looking at this. You're not looking at it on both sides. You're not looking at the download streaming, the download speeds, plus the upload speeds. Because on paper, oh, T-Mobile 500-600 megabits per second down. Okay, okay, 500-600 megabits per second down, and then supposedly 90 to 100 or 100, like 120 megabits per second up, which on paper seems amazing. Which on paper seems amazing. It's like, wow, T-Mobile's the best because it got 600 megabits per second down and it got 120 megabits per second up. So those of you that are joining in, I'm talking about T-Mobile. So you guys can rewatch this live stream in the future. So I'm talking about T-Mobile, that people claim it to be the best. I'm trying T-Mobile. Okay. Again, I left T-Mobile because it was spotty and it sucked. For AT&T, because the majority of people say, "Oh, no, just jump to Verizon, jump to Verizon." Okay, let me explain what happened. Let me explain why I never ever had a line with Verizon, like an actual personal line on Verizon. The reason that I never had a personal line with Verizon is because every single time, and I'll repeat this again, every single time that I've tried to get Verizon, I've been locked to a carrier. I've been locked to, say, oh, I'm locked on on T-Mobile, or I was locked on Sprint at the time of the first time I switched from uh, from Sprint, which was like a long time ago, like 2013, 2014. I still had a Sprint. Then I switched to T-Mobile because T-Mobile is the best carrier, and people try to show me, yeah, get T-Mobile, get T-Mobile, get T-Mobile. So I did get T-Mobile, and I found out it was great in certain spots, but then when I got to like the more important spots, it was like, nope, no T-Mobile. T-Mobile's unusable. And then and then from T-Mobile, I tried to get Verizon, which Verizon is the most expensive with no one. There's nothing like to wow you with Verizon. Just that people say, "Oh, Verizon's the best carrier out there. Verizon, Verizon with the red check mark is the best." So I went and tried to get a line on Verizon, but I couldn't because, oh, Verizon doesn't have Verizon didn't have promos at the time, so AT&T had the best promos. So again, AT&T at the time had the best promos when I switched from T-Mobile, which was like 8-9 years ago already, and I've been loyal to AT&T. I mean, AT&T is not. I mean, I'm not saying AT&T is the best, or AT&T is is my is something I'm rooting for. No, I don't care about any carrier. Just like I always mention to people, who cares about the carrier you have? If it works, it works. But for me, T-Mobile wasn't working, and I tried to get Verizon, but every time I've tried to get Verizon, there's always been no promos. There haven't been no incentive for me to jump on Verizon and say I'm trying Verizon. Um, so that is the issue I've had with Verizon, trying to get a line on Verizon. Be like, I'm getting a line on Verizon. I'm trying to get it, but it didn't work. So, uh, okay. So you're asking me. So right now I was talking about that T-Mobile wasn't live is not able to live stream anything. So when I'm on the go, last time I was trying T-Mobile, and you probably saw that it looked like trash. The last time Jose C, you said, oh, it doesn't have any audio. Yeah, it didn't have audio because I was just testing it out. I was testing T-Mobile, but T-Mobile wasn't working. So, eh, I guess I'm not ever gonna live stream on T-Mobile. But let me tell you something though. I didn't go watch Black Adam. I haven't watched a lot of movies, I mean like superhero movies, because uh they haven't been so great. Like Morbius, I never saw that one, and it came out I think twice. Morbius, I didn't see Doctor Strange in Multiverse or whatever the movie was called. I never saw that one. But like you already know, some of you already know. I have a copy of I have a copy of Deadpool 2, and I have a copy of what's the other one? Of Logan. So I have that one, and then I have Doctor Strange, but the first one. But I didn't see Black Adam. I've been trying to get the other copies, but the problem with getting this this Deadpool. Yeah, lately the superheroes have been really bad. Like people, like I was when I watched Shazam, I wasn't a huge fan of Shazam either. Like let me tell you that right now, I wasn't a fan of Shazam. And then I saw Black Panther. I've seen all of the like most of the superhero movies, like Spider Man, the last one, the Spider Man with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. I would say that one was at least entertaining. Like you there was a lot of hype around that movie. Spider Man. I think it was No Way Home, or I don't know, No Way Home. I think that was the name of the movie, because I saw Far From Home and then Homecoming. I seen all of them, all the Spider Mans, and then I did get to see the others Amazing Spider Man, which I was disappointed with Amazing Spider Man 1 and 2. So that one really sucked for me. I was disappointed because uh, I was more interested. I think there's a bug, and I had to kill it. So let me just explain. Uh, there was um there was Spider Man. I've seen all the Spider Man. Spider Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire, and then I wasn't so interested in Spider Man 2 and 3. Spider Man, the Amazing Spider Man 1 and 2. That one was a disappointment for me. And then I seen all the Thors. I saw Superman, the the Superman Returns. I think it was like 2007. I think it was, which I really liked. I don't care what anybody says, but that one, after supposedly it was supposed. I mean, supposedly hold on. I think it was Christopher Reeves that did all the all the Supermans. Christopher Reeves did all the Supermans. Then he, I don't know when he passed away, but he passed away, Christopher Reeves. So they were supposedly continuing the story of Superman with that one guy that did Superman Returns. But since that movie was a disaster, then they canceled it. But the problem is that for me, I enjoyed the movie. Like I have a copy. I don't actually have like a Blu-ray copy or uh, or a DVD copy like in a box. I just have a copy that I got for like I think at a supermarket for like $1. I think for Superman Returns, and Superman Returns was Superman Returns was entertaining. Don't get me wrong, it was entertaining. So I've seen a lot of superhero movies. Like I've seen all the Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. I saw the Hulk. I wish there was another Hulk, but I guess there's not since they did that TV show She Hulk. So I don't think there's gonna be a Hulk, but maybe with because I think it was Edward Norton that did the the Hulk, that one Hulk, but then they didn't do another one, which was strange to me. They didn't do another Hulk, but I did watch the original Hulks, which to me were a little strange because Hulk didn't really look green. He looked more gray or something. Then what's the other movies that I've seen? I've seen all the Ant Man, like Ant Man and the Wasp, and then I've seen Age of Ultron. I've seen all the superhero movies. Like what was it? Like I saw Justice League also. I've seen like almost all the superhero movies except like I said, I didn't see Morbius. I didn't see I haven't seen Black Adam. I haven't watched what was this other movie I didn't watch? Oh, I did watch Aquaman. I saw Wonder Woman. I saw Justice League. Like the movie I didn't care about and I still don't care about. I don't understand why it's like I've watched this movie 2 times. These 2 films 2 times. And let me tell you, it was not Justice League. What's the other one? Uh I don't even know the names of them, to be honest. It's called with John Cena. What's the name of it? You guys know the name of the movie with John Cena and all the other guys. Like there was Will Smith in one of them. It was called the Suicide Squad. I watched the Suicide Squad, the first one, and I was disappointed. It disappointed me. So I didn't I wasn't interested in the Suicide Squad, the second one either. So I watched it on HBO Max and I was bored. I fell asleep during the film twice in the Suicide Squad. So that tells you it was boring. And then I've seen all the Batmans. Like I've seen every single Batman I've seen. I've seen Batman Begins, uh, the one with the Joker, the Dark Knight, and the Dark Knight Rises. I've seen all of them, including the ones with Batman and Robin, and then the one with Jim Carrey. Then I've seen the one with I've seen all the Batmans, and I even saw the new one with what was it? The I think it was just called the Batman, and I do have to say that that one was very long, but there was a lot of stuff that I felt like was weird about that Batman, the new one, the newest iteration of Batman, or uh, the newest installment of Batman, because I did watch Batman versus Superman, and then I watched Lego Batman. I think I have a copy on my TV. I mean, on my Apple account for the Lego Batman. So I don't think I've seen that one. I haven't seen it, but I do have it, and and sometime I'll get to watching it. So I don't think I've watched any Lego movies, to be honest. But I played a lot of Lego games though. Lego like Lego Star Wars. There was a lot of Lego stuff I've played, but I haven't watched any Lego movies, to be honest. Like, I haven't seen the Lego Batman, and then there's other Lego movies that are out there, but I haven't seen the animated ones. Uh, like in the animation, I've seen like Batman Year One, and there's some other Batmans that I've watched, but I've been primarily bored with most of them. They're like, there's like the stories are not that interesting to me. I just don't understand why most of the animated movies like Batman Year One and uh what was it, like there's other ones that I wasn't interested in. I watched them, but I don't know. For some reason, I wasn't interested in them. But what really interests me, I don't understand why I feel interested when I watch uh, I've watched these old Scooby Doo movies or these Scooby Doo TV shows like Scooby Doo and Batman. There was the newest one, I think was like 2018 or 2016. I'm not so sure when it came out, but uh there was Scooby Doo and, or I think it was called Mystery Incorporated, and the Batman, where the Scooby Doo gang dresses up as superheroes. So I do have to say that for some reason I'm still intrigued with Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo and Batman, or when it's like that. I'm intrigued, but I'm not intrigued like say like most of the animated movies of Batman. Like you know what really intrigued me though? What really I was really into? I was really into I was really into Batman Beyond. That was like back in 96, I think, or 95. 94, 95. That's the one that really intrigued me. Batman Beyond. Then the other one that really intrigued me was the Batman animated series that was like in 2005, 2004, 2005. And then I haven't seen anything else, even though I could watch anything I want because it's on HBO Max. So I could get back to watching the rest of the Batman movies and all the other Superman movies. And there's like other things that are on there. So uh, I used to I used to watch also I think it was called a Spectacular Spider-Man. That one kind of intrigued me, but that was at the time where I didn't really have cable and all of that stuff, because now I kind of do, but I feel like it's still like cable is still like not my thing, because it's like this is something I don't like about cable though. Now that we're talking about a little bit about cable, that when you have cable, especially that I have that garbage direct TV, which I've been trying to. I mean, I don't. I haven't disconnected direct TV because where I'm at, like like regular TV or live stream. I mean, the streaming TV is is confusing. Streaming TV and all this crap is confusing. To be to be honest, when you're using, like, say, oh, there's HBO Max, there's Hulu, there's Netflix, there's Shutter, there's Paramount Plus, there's AMC Plus, there's all these other live streaming uh applications. And for the beginning, from the beginning, they sound, I mean, at the beginning they sound pretty good. They sound, oh wow, you're gonna pay $5 a month for this service. uh Oh yeah, yeah. Static Shock. Yeah, I remember Static Shock. That was my thing. I think Static Shock was at the same time as that one movie, Osmosis Jones. I remember that one with Osmosis Jones. Definitely. Because I remember, this is something I do remember, that when I was a young kid, it, when I used to spend time in my grandmother's house, I used to come from school, or I think it was even on Saturdays. I think I'm from back in the day when I used to watch TV on Channel 5. For those of you that are in California, or whoever's watching this, Channel 5, which was Kids WB, and I remember Fox Box and the Fox, uh, what was it? Fox Kids, I think it was called. And then I remember there was a Channel 2, which was CBS or ABC, where you could watch cable programming. Like sometimes you could watch That's So Raven. You could watch I think Hannah Montana or something on TV on Saturdays. But I remember that I used to like Kids WB like the best. I think it came Fox Kids, or I think it was called the Fox Box. So the reason I liked the Kids WB the best was because I think there was a slot every afternoon for cartoons. Like I remember Shaolin Showdown when I didn't have cable. There was Shaolin Showdown. There was the Jackie Chan adventures. Sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh, I think it was Pokemon also. Then, like I said, it was Batman, and then I don't remember. There was like other programmings that were on, and then there was like Toonami or Toonsai or something like that after the regular kids programming was over. After that, there was this where they showed Dragon Ball Z, and I was a little interested in Dragon Ball Z at that time. I mean, because I think the only reason I was interested in Dragon Ball Z was because I used to have these friends from church that I used to go to their house when they had service at their house, or their reunion for Bible study or Bible service, and these guys were pretty cool. They used to have all the VHS tapes from Dragon Ball Z, and then they had that the one that people say is non-canon, Dragon Ball GT. I don't know what GT stands for, but uh, I used to watch the programming at their house. Like they had the cassettes, so at any time we could watch it, and I think it was DVDs. So I think at that time it was kind of VHS slash DVD, and I used to take my drawing supplies and I used to draw, but I haven't I haven't gotten into drawing in a long time because I've been on here and I've been doing other things. So I've been trying to learn how to play music, and I've been trying different things, but I I haven't tried to be honest, I haven't drawn anything in a while. But I'm not going to say I'm great at drawing. No, yes, I can draw certain things, but I mean I could draw, but maybe I this is how I worked. I work from This is how I worked in drawing. When it came to drawing, it was about drawing from a picture. I had to visually see the thing to draw it. I wasn't just gonna draw random stuff if I couldn't. So yes, I'm from, like I always tell you, I was born on February 3rd, 1995. So I remember all these programs like Pokemon, the original Pokemon. Uh, my mother used to take me to the theaters to watch the Pokemon movies. To watch the Pokemon movies. I remember. I remember that they even had the promo or something of like Pokemon candies and Pokemon products. I think I used to even have this I was so into Pokemon, I think, that I even collected every single cassette. Every cassette from the original to the Johto League and all this other Kanto and all these other cassettes before they started doing this I don't know. I think I used to watch even Pokemon. Oh man, I think it was called Pokemon Advance. I think I watched that one, and then I think I stopped at Pokemon Diamond, or I think it was like when it first came out, Diamond or something. I watched every Pokemon from the original, from when it first started, to the Pokemon Diamond, or I think it was called the Pearl or something, where it was this May. I think her name was May or something, and what was it? She had a I think it was called Pinplup or Pinup, something. The Pokemon, this little birdie that shot like a bubble beam or something. So I haven't watched Pokemon either because it got all boring. Then Yu-Gi-Oh got all boring because now they have like a bunch of generations of Yu-Gi-Oh that has nothing to do with the original. They're all spin-offs that people claim and try to give you scientific and different uh, different meanings behind all these Yu-Gi-Ohs that say, "Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, the original was three seasons, which is Pokemon. I mean Yu-Gi-Oh, the original with Pegasus. Then it was Yu-Gi-Oh, Enter the Dragon. I think it was called or something like that. Then like the ones with Yugi Moto, those are the original. Then after it came out, it went all confusing with Jaden, and then after it was like 5Ds, which I watched a little bit of it. Then I got bored of 5Ds. Then came out Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh, I think there was another Yu-Gi-Oh after that one, and then came Zexal, and then Seven, and it just got all confusing. So I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh either. I was interested in the first ones. Just like just like Dragon Ball is a little bit it's a little bit boring, to be honest. Like Dragon Ball, and let me explain why I kind of got bored with. Uh, Let me explain why I kind of got bored with Dragon Ball. I mean, Dragon Ball the TV show is a little bit the TV show is a little bit cool. I mean, I still feel like it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but if you're gonna play the video games of Dragon Ball this and Dragon Ball that, it's all boring because they just repeat the same stories over and over, the same things, but with better mechanics. It's just the same thing. Because I think I played every single uh, Dragon Ball game for the Game Boy, for the PlayStation, and all the consoles. Which at first, when I first started playing the games, I was interested, like the one with the Cell games for the Game Boy Advance. That one was pretty cool. And then the I think there was another one that I played before, with I played two for the Game Boy Advance. I don't think I played all of them. If there was more for the Game Boy Advance, but I think it was two that I played, and yeah, it was interesting. But now that I'm seeing all the games all being made again, like supposedly newer games for newer consoles, I'm like it's boring. What's so interesting about the newest one? All you have is your back, uh, your back like like Dragon Ball Z barely started. Come on, come on, that's not um that's not cool. Like it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Just just take the story a little bit south or a little bit east, and it's a little bit different than what this other game was about. So that's how I feel it. I mean, that's how I feel that the games are, like all the Dragon Ball games and Dragon Ball Z Kai, and even the TV shows got kind of boring too. I mean, not too boring, because what really got me um what really got me mad was when they came out with the regular the Dragon Ball Z. Like when they first came out with Dragon Ball Z, that was cool. Then they came out with Dragon Ball Kai, and that one was like, people said, "Oh, it's just the cutting out the fluff out of the shows," because I've watched the Dragon Ball Z, and yes, I do have to agree that it's very very long. Like you go through, like I own a couple of the collection of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. I don't own all the collection of Dragon Ball Z, but I own like 2 or 3 seasons of Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray, and I do have to agree that it's very long. Like um, each episode is very long. Like a battle is like maybe 2 or 3 episodes each battle. Each battle is like 2 or 3 episodes. So yeah, I do have to agree. So that's about it. I'll have to cut this short because I think I'll just cut it short. I'll probably be back in a bit or something.